rather than later from Formula One.
Now racing for Ferrari, Mansell has been a significant figure in Formula One over the past decade, but early retirement would leave him without the only major prize that has so far eluded him, the World Championship. For the moment, he has to sit out Sunday's Grand Prix. His appeal can't be heard till next Thursday.
And tonight's main news again. Ferdinand Marcos, the disgraced former leader of the Philippines, has died in exile in Hawaii. The president of the Philippines, Cory Aquino, is refusing to allow his body to be returned home for burial. And that's the 9 o'clock news tonight. Good night.
Good evening. A council's been accused of cruelty for expelling a 12-year-old girl from a brass band, and the Education Secretary is being asked to intervene. Debbie Wilkinson's been thrown out of the band of the South Nottinghamshire School of Music because she attends a private school. Her father says she's the victim of a political purge, but a leading councillor says Debbie's depriving children who go to state schools of a place in the band.
We do have to make sure that every penny we spend is directed to providing an education for the children for whom we have a legal responsibility.
The mental health charity Mind has called for the closure of the Rampton Top Security Mental Hospital in Nottinghamshire. The hospital was visited today by the Princess of Wales. Mind says it welcomes her interest in a neglected group of NHS patients, but says Rampton should be shut and replaced by smaller units. A man went into a coma from which he never recovered after a series of errors during an operation. Michael Melbourne from Ashbourne in Derbyshire died after brain surgery at Nottingham's University Hospital. A verdict of accidental death was recorded at an inquest today. A new college for blind people has opened in Loughborough. It's the first of its kind in the country because it's on the same site as Loughborough University, enabling blind students to enrol on a wide variety of courses. The opening ceremony was performed by someone who's proved that blindness is no barrier to a top career.
Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, I think the old saying is probably very appropriate, which is, especially in politics, there's none so blind as those who will not see, and I have that trouble in the House of Commons as well.
Well, our latest bulletin will be on your own local radio station. That's at 10 o'clock on John Tainton's programme. From us all here in Nottingham. Good night.
Good evening to you. If your barometer isn't showing set fair or something like it, then I think probably it's gone wrong, because certainly that is the way of the weather in the next few days. This large area of high pressure just drifting gently across from the west to sit on top of us really for most of the weekend and to give us the same old problem, and that is there's a lot of clouds circulating around that area of high pressure, as indeed you can see on the satellite picture, and that cloud is going to be coming and going, breaking here and there, giving some places some sun, other places some fog or even frost. Further away, incidentally, down in the Mediterranean around Yugoslavia and Greece, parts of Italy, the weather decidedly unsettled with some heavy rain and thunderstorms, and really that's where the action's going to be in the next day or so. The high pressure blocking the systems, taking them over Scandinavia and down into the Mediterranean. In fact, you can see as I'm running the sequence that there is quite a melee of cloud and rain down around there, and that really isn't going to move very far, and we stay fine and dry around the British Isles. Now, cloud, as I said, is a problem. It will be coming and going. There are some good breaks showing up at the moment, though, and if those breaks persist long enough, I think by the end of the night it may well have turned misty. One or two perhaps patches of fog. Near to the east coast and in northern Scotland, the cloud thicker, giving just here and there one or two spots of rain. Now, where the cloud breaks, rather a chilly end to the night, but in the cloudier parts, temperatures holding up nicely. Here's the chart for lunchtime tomorrow, the high more or less over Ireland. So a similar sort of day, really. Right from the word go, there will be some holes punched in the clouds, so a little bit of sunshine, and as the day goes on, the clouds should tend to thin and break in a good number of places, especially from southeast Scotland through the middle of the country and down to the southwest. But any sheltered spots, getting maybe a little bit of sunshine. Still those lightest showers brushing along the east coast there, and still some thicker cloud in the north of Scotland, again giving one or two spots of rain. Temperatures not really brilliant, I suppose not bad either, come to that. 16 or 17 is around about the low 60s Fahrenheit. And as for the weekend, in a way more of the same, but perhaps the cloud showing a better sign of breaking, giving a little bit more in the way of sunshine.
On 2 now, the concluding part of A Wanted Man. Maddo Jaffrey and Michael Fitzgerald star in Malcolm Mackay's drama trilogy, giving an insight into the mind of a mass murderer. Because of the subject matter, there are scenes in the play which some people might find disturbing. On 1 in a moment, the return of Blackadder.
Friday evening on 1 gets off to a dynamic start when Wogan meets Tina Turner. Then at 7:30, Dell's plans go adrift.
Oh, blimey, Captain Birdseye's here. I thought you were supposed to be going out with the old woman who lived in the shoe.
Listen, I'm doing one of these mad challenges. I've got to dig up a football pitch, make a football pitch. Don't laugh. Out of nothing.
More problems for Megan at 9:30.
I know you can't take thanking, but thanks for helping.
Well, we're all on your side, Megan. Only you can help yourself.
I'll be all right.
Omnibus at 10:20 examines how the European image of the Eastern woman has developed from its genesis in opera to today's media stereotypes. Then at 11:20, Richard Dreyfuss wants to know, whose life is it anyway? An action-packed Friday evening on 1.
And now we turn to comedy on BBC1. The year is 1917, and it's a new era for an old dynasty as Blackadder goes forth.